Hi, my name is Melissa Daniels and I have strabismus. Strabismus is when your eyes don't point in the same direction and you aren't able to use the information coming from both eyes to make a 3D image. So a lot of times you end up with an eye turn or double vision and a lot of other problems. Well, over the last 4 years, I've been working on fixing this problem, and now I'm helping other people make the same progress that I have made through vision therapy and surgery and so much more. So today I am going to teach you a concept called responsibility and control, as David Cook calls it. He's an optometrist who practices vision therapy. I call it rebellion. So as strabismics, we often have a different way of talking about what we are seeing or what is happening in the world around us. And it oftentimes sounds like when you're doing an eye exercise, I know I've said, oh, well, the rings are doing this, or the dog on the exercise is doing this, or the letters are jumping around, right? It's the way we talk about it. It's like all these other things are just happening and we happen to be observing it, right? It's like, oh yes, I'm observing there are two cars that are exactly the same in front of me, where in fact, like there's definitely just one car and you are seeing double, okay? And so what happens is we are in this state of unconscious seeing where we're just kind of assuming that everything is happening to us. Our vision is happening to us. It's not something that we're actually doing. We feel like we don't have any control over our vision, like we can't control what our eyes are doing or what our brain is doing. In order for you to teach your brain how to use your eyes together and to have that depth perception, you've got to change the way that you're talking about what you see. You've got to change the way that you are thinking about it. Okay, so I'm going to share a quick story. Growing up, this is me and my dad, and my dad was kind of funny. If I came to him complaining about something, a friend at school or one of my siblings or some big problem, and I was a little dramatic, he would always just look at me and be like, what did you do to create this? And it'd make me so mad. Be like, nothing. I did nothing to create this. Everybody is doing it to me, right? It's that victim mentality. Well, I want you to take that idea and that principle and move it to your vision. When you see two cars in front of you, instead of saying like, oh, this is happening to me, say, what did I do to create this? Or if things are shaking, or if your eyes are turning, and not like, what did I do to create this? Like, I want you to go feel guilt and shame. That is not the purpose of this exercise. It's to become more aware of what is happening in your brain and what are you doing to contribute to that. Not, well, if I had just gotten surgery, if I had just done this, then I wouldn't have this problem. We're not going back in time. I want you to think about what you're doing in that moment that's creating what you are seeing. And David Cook says, vision is something that you do. It's not something that's happening to you, right? It's something that you're doing. It's an active, it's a verb. You're doing vision, right? So as you're seeing something that doesn't seem quite right, or you're doing an exercise and you're not able to successfully do it, I want you to think, what am I doing to create this? Like, what are my eyes physically doing? What is my brain physically doing that's creating what I'm seeing? Okay? This is really, really important to be able to do, and it maybe sounds a little out there. I'm going to give several examples of how to use this in exercises so that you can kind of understand this concept. I'm telling you, it's key. I have several examples on my website of how to incorporate this into specific vision therapy exercises like the Brock string or a vectogram. You can see all of those step-by-step at strabismussolutions.com/rebel. I'm going to go through one of them here so you can keep getting a better feel of how to use responsibility and control when you're in a vision therapy exercise. So I divide it into a 3-step process. Step 1 is you want to identify what is the goal of this exercise. Okay? So just what is supposed to happen? If you're doing a maze, you're supposed to stay in the line the entire time, get to start from start to finish without ever going outside the line. Okay, that's the goal. Then identify the opposite of the goal. What is, this could be kind of 2 different ways. Like in a maze, it's kind of obvious. The opposite would be to go outside of the line. On a vectograph where you're supposed to be seeing 3D, it would be for it to be completely flat. Something like the Brock string though, there's a lot of different ways you can go wrong. And so you might take what are you currently doing and if it's wrong. Like, you're probably not watching this if you're perfect at all your vision exercises. So where are you getting it wrong? And can you make that even worse? Like, what would be even worse than what you're doing right now? So if you're doing the Brock string and the strings are like this, can you make it even worse, right? Instead of just trying to make it perfect, go the opposite direction. Okay, so that's step 2, is identify, like, what would the opposite be in this situation? It's going to be different depending on the exercise or what you're trying to do. And then the last step is to alternate between the two. I think of this as like the angel and the devil, or you're being the rebel, right? Do it the wrong way. Do opposite of what you're supposed to do. Feel that control, right? It's easy to do it opposite. It's easy to do it wrong. So do it wrong. Be like, yes, I'm controlling what my eyes are doing. I'm controlling my vision. I can change what I see, right? So you do it wrong, and then you switch and do it right. And you go back and forth, and you're kind of massaging that area where you have control, trying to extend. You can try to, as you do this, you'll get better at seeing it the right way, and you'll get better at seeing it the wrong way. And both directions are going to give you a lot more control over what you're seeing and how your eyes are working together. Imagine that you are just finishing a hike and you see this view when you finish your hike. The goal would be to see big, take it all in one view, and really see the depth, see the space between trees and plants and clouds and all of it at the same time, right? So what would the opposite of that be? I would say it's seeing really small, maybe just seeing that one small tunnel, one little bush, one little tiny part of the whole. So then to make this an exercise for your vision, you would alternate between the two. As you do this, you're going to see such a huge difference in your success in vision therapy exercises, because instead of just getting frustrated and being like, I can't do anything, my brain doesn't do it right, people can't give me the right exercises, like you keep blaming it on all these other people, you're never going to have success, right? The best way to have success is if you can say, I'm controlling what I see, and I'm going to learn how to control it in a positive way that's going to make my life so much better. So give this a try. I hope it works out for you. You can check out the other examples with the Brock string and with the vector graph on my website, and I will see you in the next video.